In this video, we're gonna keep chasing the Fiero's fuel problem so that it can finally run and drive right. Don't worry, I am still working on the Porsche. Videos on this car are just easier to get out quick. Also a lot cheaper. First thing to work on this fuel system, I gotta get the car off the ground, but the front end is too low, so. That little raise up front is all we need for the jack to make it under. Is off the ground. Barely off the ground. But there we go. So another little difficulty, now that the front is up, it's too low for the jack in the So I think I'm gonna jack it up from that point right there on either side, get something under the wheels, and then jack it up from the middle. All right, putting a block under this side was enough to get the jack under, so I'm just gonna go with that. So while I jack up the back, I'm just making sure to watch the front, because it is a little sketchy to jack a car up on gravel, but gotta do what you gotta do. Just because I am jacking it up on gravel, I like to put blocks in the back just to feel safe. But it's all up now. I'm very much not looking forward to being under here. So I just took a look under there, and it sprayed fuel into my eyes, which that should not be happening. So let me take you guys under there and show you what's happening. So I saw that this line was a little wet. Nothing was leaking out though, but when I touched it, it started spraying fuel out the side. So what I'm guessing is happening is when the fuel pump reads that we're higher throttle and needs to give more pressure, it's blowing the fuel all out the side. And the exhaust is right there, so that isn't the best spot to be leaking fuel. But hey, the issue, I may not have to drop the tank. Maybe I can just switch this line. I really don't want to drop the tank. So please, please. With the fuel pump priming, it's not leaking, but when it's running, I think that's when it's spraying fuel out of that line. Here's a good view of that spot that's leaking on the line. So hopefully that is when the fuel pressure is dropping. Is when the fuel pump reads that you're giving it more throttle and it starts to spray through this hole. So to get to that side of the line, I would have to drop the entire tank out. So what I think I'm gonna do for now, that hopefully should work, is to undo this line and cut it above that slit. and then reconnect it. Hopefully there's enough room that I can pull that line and connect it onto there, which I think there is. Looks like it. Guess we'll see. I got a little sample of the fuel, and it's actually pretty clear. Those few little particles in there only fell in. I went ahead and fixed that fuel leak, and now there's no leak when the car's running. So hopefully it runs right now. So after the test drive, it's running no better. It almost seems like I cannot even get out of first gear anymore, which sadly it's an automatic, and it doesn't really make any sense. It wants to change gears sometimes, and then sometimes it's a problem with the engine, not the transmission, so I'm not really sure. So I was thinking about it, and that fuel sample we got earlier was definitely not enough fuel. So I've got it back up off the ground, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop the tank. To drop the tank, there are 4 hoses here. This bracket in the middle, so 4 bolts, and 2 straps on either side of the tank. Went ahead and got the bracket off. Now I'm gonna loosen the hoses. Here's the return line. Hopefully no gas. Oh. I don't want to get gas on my head. Alright, here's the main line. Nothing. Seems like, oh, there it is. That was a close one. The final thing to disconnect is, wait, let me, that cable right there. So give me 1 second, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to record that. Alright, got it unplugged. Alright, so now the plan is gonna be to just wiggle it out. That was a lot easier than I expected. So we can feed that cable back through. And it's out. That honestly went a lot smoother than I expected. Nice. Alright, so my plan to test this out is to just have it plugged in from up here so that I can turn the key and prime the pump and hopefully get the right amount of fuel through here. Oh, it's also a big issue, huh? So that definitely isn't enough gas, so I'm gonna open this up and figure out what's happening. All right, time for the reveal. Okay. So none of this actually looks too bad. Oh, that got it all over my face. Amazing. That might be a problem. Alright, that gas does not look very good. So I think what I'll have to do is clean out this tank, probably get a new fuel pump, because I think that thing might be toast. And hopefully this core can finally run right. Alright, the video's getting a little long here, so I'm gonna leave this for the next video. And hopefully in the next video, probably gonna get a new pump, get this thing cleaned out, and fingers crossed, it'll finally run right.